Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare जोर से बोलिए everybody real louder. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare.
बलराम कृष्ण बलराम जय कृष्ण बलराम जय गौरनिताय गौरनिताय जय गौरनिताय प्रभुपाद 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 जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 श्री गुरु चरण पद्मा केवल भक्ति सद्मा बंद मोई सावधान माते बंद मोहि सावधान माते यहाँ प्रसादे भव तोरिया जा कृष्ण भक्ति हो यहाँ होते कृष्ण भक्ति हो यहाँ होते गुरुमुखा पद्मा वाक्य जीते कोरिया क्या गुरुमुखा पद्मा वाक्य जीते कोरिया क्या आरण करी मने आशा आरण करी मने आशा श्री गुरु चरणे रति ऐसे उत्तम गति श्री गुरु चरणे रति ऐसे उत्तम गति हे प्रसाद पूरे सर्व आशा हे प्रसाद पूरे सर्व आशा चक्षुदान दिलो जय जन्मे जन्मे प्रभु से चक्षुदान दिलो जय जन्मे जन्मे प्रभु से दिव्य ज्ञान हृदय प्रकाशिता दिव्य ज्ञान हृदय प्रकाशिता प्रेम भक्तिया होते अविद्या विनाश जाते प्रेम भक्तिया होते अविद्या विनाश जाते वेद गाय यहाँ रचरिता वेद गाय यहाँ रचरिता श्री गुरु करुणा सिंधु अधमा जनारा बंधु श्री गुरु करुणा सिंधु अधमा जनारा बंधु लोकनाथ लोकेर जीवाना लोकनाथ लोकेर जीवाना आहा प्रभु करो दया देहो मोरे पद छाया आहा प्रभु करो दया देहो मोरे पद छाया ए बेया घुष त्रिभुवाना ए बेया घुष त्रिभुवाना प्रभुवात पतित पावाना सुवापदे लोइलु शरणा जय प्रभुपदा 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 जय प्रभुपदा प्रभुपाद 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 जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांता સ્વામીથી નામીને. देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Jaya Gauranita, 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 Jaya Gauranita. Jaya Gauranita, 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 Jaya Gauranita. Nitai Gaur Haribo, 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 Haribo. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare 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 Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihari Gopi Janavalabha Jaya Girivaradhari Jaya Girivaradhari Janavalabha Jaya Girivaradhari Yashodanandana Jaya Braja Janaranjana Jaya Braja Janaranjana Andana Jaya Braja Jana Jaya Jamuna Tiravanachari Jaya Kunja Bihari Jamuna Tiravanachari Jaya Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihari Jai Gopi Janavalabha Jaya Varadhari Jaya Giri Varadhari Yashodanandana Jaya Braja Janaranjana Jaya Braja Janaranjana Jaya Jamuna Tiravanachari Jaya Kunja Bihari Jaya Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihari Jai Gopi Janavalabha Jaya Girivaradhari Jaya Girivaradhari Yashodanandana Jaya Braja Jana Ranjana Jaya Braja Jana Ranjana Jaya Jamuna Tiravanachari Jaya Kunja Bihari Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Jai Krishna Balaram Krishna Balaram Jaya Krishna Balaram Jai Radha Shama Sundar Radhe Jai Gauranitai Jaya Gauranitai Prabhupada Jaya Srila Prabhupada Srila Prabhupada ki Jai Vishnupad Paramahansa Parivrajagacharya Stautar Satashishimat Vangri Saisi Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki Jai Nitiliripa Vishtam Vishnupad Paramahansa Parivrajagacharya Stautar Satashishimat Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Kaur Maharaj ki Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki Nitai Gaur Premanandi Hari Hari Bol All glories to the Assembly devotees, all glories to the Assembly devotees, all glories to the Assembly devotees, all glories to Shri Shri Guru, Shri Gauranga, Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Namao Vishnupadaya, Krishna Pristaya Bhutale, Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namane Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pacharane Nirvishanyavadi Paschatya Deshatarane Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Reading Srimad Bhagavatam, 10th Canto, Chapter 6, up to text 29. This is number 29, yes? Okay. Swapna drishta mahotpata Vridha bala grahaschaye Sarvenash yantu te Vishnur Namagrashana birvaha Swapna drishta mahotpata Vridha bala grahaschaye Sarve nashyantu te Vishnur Namagrahana biravaha Swapna drishta mahotpata Vridha bala grahaschaye Sarve nashyantu te Vishnur Namagrahana birava Swapna drishta mahotpata Vridha bala grahaschaye Sarve nashyantu te Vishnu Namagrahana birava Swapna drishta mahotpata Matajis? Mahotpata Vridha bala grahaschaye So we're going to start with text number 24, and it goes from 24 to 29. Correct? There, Mahatmaji? Intelligence and the Supreme Personality of Godhead, your soul. While you're playing, may Govinda protect you. While you're sleeping, may Madhava protect you. May Lord Vaikuntha protect you while you're walking. May Lord Narayan, the husband of the goddess of fortune, protect you while you are sitting. Similarly, may Lord Yagyabuk, the fearful enemy of all evil planets, always protect you while you enjoy life. The evil witches, known as Dakinis, Yatu Danis, and Kushamandas, are the greatest enemies of children, and the evil spirits like Bhutas, Pretas, Pishachas, Yakshas, Rakshasas, and Vinayakas, as well as witches like Kotara, Revati, Jeshta, Putana, and Makrita, are always ready to give trouble to the body, the life air, and the senses, causing loss of memory, madness, and bad dreams. Like the most experienced evil stars, they all create great disturbances, especially for children. But one can vanquish them simply by uttering Lord Vishnu's name. For when Lord Vishnu's name resounds, all of them become afraid and go away. Srila Prabhupada's purport. As stated in the Brahma Samhita, Advaitam, Achyutam, Anadim, Anantarupam, Adyang, Purana Purushang Navayovanang Cha, Vedeshu Durlabam, Adurlabam Atma Bhakta, Govindam, Adipurusham Tamaham Bhajami. I worship the Supreme Personality of Godhead Govinda, who is the original person, non-dual, infallible, and without beginning. Although he expands into unlimited forms, he is still the original. And although he is the oldest person, he always appears as a fresh youth. Such eternal, blissful, and all-knowing forms of the Lord cannot be understood by the academic wisdom of the Vedas, but they are always manifest to pure, unalloyed devotees. While decorating the body with tilak, we give protection to the body by chanting 12 names of Vishnu. Although Govinda, or Lord Vishnu, is one, he has different names and forms with which to act differently. But if one cannot remember all the names at one time, one may simply chant, Lord Vishnu, Lord Vishnu, Lord Vishnu, and always think of Lord Vishnu. Vishnu Aradhanang Param. This is the highest form of worship. If one remembers Vishnu always, even though one is disturbed by many bad elements, one can be protected without a doubt. The Ayurveda Shastra recommends Oshadi Chintayet Vishnu. Even while taking medicine, one should remember Vishnu, because the medicine is not all in all, and Lord Vishnu is the real protector. The material world is full of danger, padang padang yadvipadam. Therefore, one must become a Vaishnava and think of Vishnu constantly. This is made easier by the chanting of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Therefore, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has recommended Kirtaniya Sada Hari, Parang Vijayate Shri Krishna Sankirtanam, and Kirtanad Eva Krishnasya Mukta Sangha Parang Vrajet. Om Jnana Timarandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Jena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhistang Stapitang Jaina Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vanchakalpa Turubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhyeva Cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. I skipped some of the Sanskrit. It's all valuable. Every word is worthy of reading. So if you have time, you go through the Sanskrit. I figured since this is an English class, we could at least read how much faith and how much love Mother Yashoda has for Krishna, and how the gopis and the Vedic culture, how they took shelter of the cows. That's simply by the tail of the cow, and they have their mantras. Even purifying the body every morning, we're putting on mantras. Srila Prabhupada has brought us a culture how to perfect our lives. Because this modern materialistic civilization, people are simply running mad after industrialization, sense gratification. They're polluting the water, polluting the air. The forests are burning down. COVID is affecting everybody. Disease is there. So much trouble. Padang padang yadvipadam natesham. At every step there's danger in this world. And so by hearing about Krishna, this awakens one natural propensity, because everyone's looking for love. Everyone's looking to be admired or appreciated. No one likes not to be appreciated. So Krishna, he likes when the cowherd boys are playing on an equal level or whispering in his ear or sometimes challenging him to a fight. Or Mother Yashoda is very concerned. Early in the morning, Krishna gets up and immediately she gives the breast milk and dresses Krishna, and hoping with love and to protect Krishna. When Krishna is out with the cowherd boys and the cows, pasturing the calves, especially in his young age, Mother Yashoda was running in the house, out of the house, in anxiety. When's Krishna coming back? I think it's getting late. Nanda Maharaj would climb on top of a structure just to look, like a lookout post, to see where's Krishna. Oh, there's his, peacock feather. The dust is coming from the calves and Krishna, cowherd boys. They would feel great relief, especially here with this whole pastime of Kamsa involving all these mystic yogis. It's amazing to me how mystic yogis have such power, such strength. But this is the material world. And Putana was one such witch that she could fly on a piece of wood. We see like a broomstick. We've seen many have seen the Wizard of Oz, the Wicked Witch of the East. And so the witches and the evil elements are there, and especially Putana and others that were mentioned were killing children. She was actually looking for the blood of children. And even though her body was horrible looking, she made herself into a very beautiful, like a goddess of fortune, that everyone was so mesmerized that nobody even stopped her from going into Nanda Maharaj's home. What to speak of taking baby Krishna like a mother to give milk to Krishna. So everyone was very bewildered by the whole sight. And Krishna, somehow he acts very mysteriously, because he gives all of us freedom to make choices. He creates the whole material world. He creates all the material elements, earth, water, fire, air, ether, mind, intelligence, false ego. I don't know if anybody has one of those, but the false ego is there, and we strongly identify due to Yoga Maya, Mahamaya. Krishna's influence is there. Krishna is creating everything, controlling everything, but he's allowing the freedom, just like a parent. Some parents are liberal. Oh, don't chastise the child. Even when Krishna was being naughty with his friends, stealing butter, taking the cream, breaking the pots, and giving to the monkeys very mercifully, we see there Mother Yashoda's. Although they would sometimes complain, they say, never mind, it's such a beautiful pastime. They would see, or sometimes they would hide to see Krishna like sneaking around. They want to see his eyes going back and forth out of fear that I'll be caught in my mischievous activities. So the stealing propensity as a small child was also there in Krishna. But Mother Yashoda would chastise him that, no, you should not become a thief. So naturally we want to give good instruction to the parents, or to the children. The parents want to instruct. But Krishna played the part, but also he exhibited his magnificent strength. What to speak of lifting Govardhan Hill, Giridhari. So Mother Yashoda, she didn't want to embrace him. She was stunned. How is it Krishna, with his left hand, Nanda Maharaj must have lifted the hill. Krishna couldn't possibly lift a hill. So these are some different pastimes that Krishna is having with Mother Yashoda, the cowherd boys, the cowherd girls in the village of Nanda Maharaj. And the whole idea is that Krishna is bringing out that love by his activities and pastimes. This is why Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu is the essence, the hearing about Krishna, his activities, his loving exchanges with his mother and father, his loving exchanges with the cowherd boys, what to speak of when they're whispering all these things and Krishna's growing up and he's interested in the gopis and Radharani, and we think, oh, this is very intimate. Yes, everyone's looking for intimate relationship in this world. Like I said, that you want to be loved. First it begins by I love my parents, I love my brothers and sisters, my family, and it grows and expands. Maybe I love my neighborhood or my religion, my culture, my country, And this bodily platform keeps us bound to family. Work hard. We have to all work hard to support the family. We have to provide, because this is without work, how can one survive unless he's born with a silver spoon in his mouth, meaning in a good family, aristocratic family, princely family. But we see that many people also that may have all the possessions which people desire, very wealthy, many times they're also totally miserable. I know I have some friends in Florida, they're a very famous family. The father was a drunkard, the mother was a drunkard. They all die early of cirrhosis, the liver, and then they're mentally depressed. They have various issues because we never know. Do people love me because of my money? And most of the time, I have this idea, I have that idea. Can you, and it's very difficult. So I think like Gorakishordas Babaji Maharaj, he just didn't want to be bothered by anybody, so he sat in a very deserted place where people passed urine and nearby, and this way no one would bother him, just chanting the holy name. So, not that we do like that, but we should live in a secluded place. This is why we're staying in Vrindavan. If you can't physically stay in Vrindavan, then make your home Vrindavan. Avoid the association of materialistic persons, because actually by indulging in the materialistic activities, you're calling the witchy people, you're up all night intoxicated, you see. And those are the people that are possessed by ghostly creatures. We see how Lord Shiva has his followers, witches, hobgoblins, ghosts. These are not just stories to scare little children. These are a reality and fact that exist. So we've experienced many things, but somehow Maya always covers us, and we think that no, like Jarasandha, wasn't it? How many times he got defeated? He was humiliated, but everyone said, no, that was just by chance. Do it again. So another army, another 16, 17 times, coming again and again and again. So this is our nature. We're coming to this world again and again, looking for that right man, that right woman, that perfect family relationship. We're not making a mockery of it, because everybody is attracted and wants a relationship, has a relationship, but we have to learn in that relationship to put Krishna in the center. And this is the whole idea of Varnashram, the whole idea of Vedic culture, that you have your family, you have your children, your business is to cultivate the field, you have the cow, you have milk to produce proper brain substance, cheese, so many burfis and peras and wonderful milk preparations are there. And without the industry and tractors and all the machinery, the bull is like your father. It's plowing the land. It's tilling the field. Because without the seed, which is given by God, without the rain, which is given by Indra, the moonshine, the rain, the wind, the breeze, then humanity would not exist. So we're indebted. We have so many debts. And so instead of individually praying to Indra, thank you for the rains, and the sun god, thank you for the sunshine, and the ancestors, and all the different responsibilities and obligations that we may have in this world, because we're utilizing everything, and if we don't pay, we become debtors. So Narada Muni, and there are many scriptural evidences that if one takes up the worship of Vishnu, and the best way to start our worshiping the Lord is to chant His holy name. And as Krishna Kirtan, there's many references here at the end of the purport of how one should actually chant the holy name of the Lord. Kirtaniya Sadahari Parang Vijayate Shri Krishna Sankirtanam Krishna or Kirtaniya Mukta Sangha Parang Vrajet Kali Kalir Dharma Krishna Nam Sankirtan. So real yoga, real linking with God comes by this process of chanting the holy name. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. It may seem very simple, and it is. It's very pleasing that we should chant the holy name. But Srila Prabhupada, being empowered by the Guru Parampara and taking the essence of the Goswami's literature, showing that even if one is a big minister, very fabulously wealthy personality, respectable gentleman in society, the Goswamis had all that. Great wealth, great influence, great intelligence, and they simply surrendered to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Sankirtan mission for the benefit of the fallen conditioned souls. That actually they're feeling great compassion for people suffering. This is a Vaishnava. He's actually very kind. Every morning, Dharma said, let us offer respectful obeisances to all the Vaishnava devotees of the Lord who are in ocean of mercy, isn't it? That this means that the Vaishnava, he cares. He really cares to give others the holy name, to give others a chance to also become free from fear, free from suffering, free from anxiety, because the world right now is very, very confused. This is Kali Yuga, particularly difficult age. Other ages in previous times, Vedic culture, there was some understanding of ritual, understanding of worshiping God, understanding the purpose or questioning Atato Brahma Jignasa. Who am I? What is the purpose of life? How to achieve that goal? Now, everyone thinks that it doesn't really matter. Just live your life. You have one life, just live it. At the end of life, everything is finished. And this is the Srila Prabhupada also was commenting. He was speaking with one professor in Russia, Kotovsky, and Professor Kotovsky said, when this body's finished, it's all finished, it's all done. No. Najayate, Mriyate, Vakadachin, Nayang Bhutva, Bhavata, Vanabuya, Ajonitya Shashvato, Yang Purano, Nahanyate, Hanyamane Sharire. Soul's eternal, ever existing, undying, primeval. It's not slain when the body is slain. So we have a purpose for the body, we have a purpose for this life, and we should do as Srila Prabhupada. He showed by his example. He took the sannyas, although in this age of Kali Yuga, sannyas is not recommended. It's actually prohibited. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu empowered his followers, and Srila Prabhupada was cautiously, in the beginning, many young men took sannyas. Obviously, the difficulties of dealing with the mind, dealing with the senses, the witches that disturb us, because Arjuna was complaining that it's very difficult to control my mind, how I'll do that. So there were some casualties here and there, but on a battlefield you're expecting that. So we're actually part of Srila Prabhupada's army. And how many people are in the sannyasis now? How many sannyasis we have? Well, how many total sannyasis do we have? Quite a few, and more sannyasis coming. But Prabhupada is recommended. It's not something that should be taken lightly. It should be taken very, very seriously, because, especially in Kali Yuga, we're very slow in spiritual advancement and very difficult to control the senses in particular. Whatever position he's in, you have family, take care of family. You chant the holy name of the Lord. You're working, you offer the results of your work to the Supreme Person. Engage yourself in broadcasting the message of Krishna. Many home programs are there, and the home program consists of everyone sitting together chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Speak from Bhagavad-Gita, speak from Srimad Bhagavatam. Appreciate how Krishna, as a young boy, young person, was attracting the heart of Mother Yashoda. She was totally mesmerized, feeling great separation when Krishna went away. But during the lunar eclipses, Krishna would go to Kurukshetra, so the Vrindavan devotees, Yashoda, Nanda, gopis, gopas, would also go see Krishna. So this feeling of separation and love is described in the Nectar of Devotion, writings of Rupa Goswami, Sanatan Goswami. All the Goswamis have written how to deepen our love. But we have to have a strong foundation before we can build a house. So that strong foundation begins with Vacho Vegam, Manasa Karoda Vegam, Jiva Vegam, Udara Pasta Vegam. We have to learn how to control the tongue that we want to speak so much. Sometimes we want to criticize, or we want to speak harshly, and also maybe eat more than required. But honoring Krishna Prasadam, very purifying. No need to feel guilty. There was a wonderful Mahaprasad cookie yesterday. I couldn't resist. It was so good. So it's offered to Krishna. So everything is very personal in Krishna consciousness. Krishna is very personal, and we all should strive for awakening our Krishna consciousness by making a determination. Vyavasayatmika buddhir ekeha kuru nandana bahushaka yananta. Buddha Yoga Vyavasaya. Work very, very, very hard. color plaza. We're distributing books, meeting people, and there was one particularly envious demonic person. Over years, he used to bother devotees often, and he was just harassing everybody, harassing me. And I thought, well, I'll do the same thing. I'll just follow him around, chanting Hare Krishna in his ear. Wherever he goes, I'm just gonna follow him and chant Hare Krishna. And what a miracle, because they freak out. Well, what kind of mantra is this? They run away. Because if you try to use argument, logic, and reason, demonic people, envious people of Krishna, they don't appreciate the devotees, the activities of the devotees. They don't appreciate God and His magnanimous, existence. So I thought, my purification, his purification. Wherever he goes, I'm just going to chant Hare Krishna in his ear, and he ran away. So we got back to our book distribution. So this is powerful, and Krishna was protected with love by the mercy of the cow urine and the cow dung. And when Krishna comes back full of dust from herding the calves, Mother Yashoda, immediately from her breast comes the milk and bathes Krishna with that milk and cleans him. So in the same way we have our Abhishek, even if something inauspicious is happening, then we do Abhishek, a cleaning. It's a purifying the atmosphere. Actually, the Vedic culture was guided by the Vedic literature, and the Vedas are meant to awaken our understanding of how to achieve perfection in life. And even though Nanda, Yashoda, the cowherd men are considered simple village people, and the sophisticated city slickers, they might be more philosophically inclined, the natural love that Nanda had by smelling the head of Krishna, embracing Krishna, and Mother Yashoda always fearful to protect Krishna and always beaming with love and happiness. We see most of the pictures are Mother Yashoda with Krishna, binding Krishna. Our next marble mural coming on the outside of the temple is Krishna carrying the shoes of Nanda Maharaj. That's coming soon. So it's our business to decorate Krishna's temple, decorate the deities beautifully, because you see so many are coming eagerly to see the deities, and when they hear about Krishna, especially in the form of the kirtan, they become fully enlivened, totally enlivened. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Anyone have any questions, comments?
Haribo. Hare Krishna, Babuji. Babuji, I have just one question regarding, do we really have choices in our life? As Brahmaji is saying, Krishna is Sarva Karan Karana. So without the will of Krishna, we cannot even move something. I mean, do we really have choices in life to choose right or bad?
Do we have any choices without Krishna Sarva Karana Karanam, the cause of all causes? Yes, Krishna knows. It's like you know somebody, he knows our past, he knows our present, he knows our future. And although it seems stereotyped that, well, if it's already predestined, so to speak, and Krishna is the doer of everything, what independence do we have? What choice do we have? I think one time Hridayananda Maharaj gave the example that if you want to go, say, to Mexico City, you buy a ticket. So once you get on the airplane, you've made your choice, but there's freedom to move about, and do different things. So we do have our destiny, and Krishna is the cause of all causes. Not a blade of grass moves without his sanction, but somehow our free will is in play there. And of course you would ask the most difficult question there is to talk about free will. But we have the free will because as Krishna is free to act, so we also have that little bit of freedom. And Krishna is sanctioning, but because he's that powerful, he knows past, present, and future. And somehow or other, if we use our good intelligence and mind, Krishna knows that you would do that. But of course, it's a difficult one to answer, actually. Because Krishna is the cause of all causes, but what kind of freedom we have, we can still make choices. Any of the erudite scholars want to add to that? Yes, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Prabhu. Very nice class. Can you give one more clarification? Because it is said here in this verse that Yatu Dhanyas, Kusmandas, etc., they create Swapna Drishtas and they create Mahautpat, a disturbance, great disturbance. But the next line says that Briddha Bala Grahas Chaye. So it indicates that they are actually affecting the Briddhas, the old people, and the Balas, the children, small children.
Yes.
So what about the young people and elderly people? Do they don't affect them?
So it's talking about the witches are affecting the children. It says it's especially disturbing to the elderly and to the children. So what is your question exactly?
The question is that what about the people who are not in this category of Bal and Briddha? Do they don't affect them?
Yeah, of course everybody is affected by demonic personalities. We have the history of the different demons disturbing the yogis, you know, the sacrifices, the brahmanas, and causing havoc to all kinds of innocent living beings. I think particularly I don't know, there must be something about the little children, the witches like their blood for some reason. I don't know exactly why specifically it's pointing out the children, and I'm sure everyone is affected though by the demonic elements.
So how do we understand this Briddha and Bala? Do they indicate something different?
No, I think they're just specifically pointing out that the witches were inclined towards giving difficult time to the children. And it's not that the others are not also experiencing suffering and pain, that the demons, they affect all classes and all ages, but particularly as pointed out here, little children, because now we're focused on Putana, and Krishna is a small child, and the whole pastime is centered like that. I think it might be due to the pastime Leela of... You have some answer?
Another clarification. Actually, I had heard, you know Krishnanand Prabhu? Krishnanand Prabhu, yeah, from Chowpatty Temple. Yeah. So he has taken one time yatra to Mayapur of some people. And in Mayapur, there was one ghost haunted to a lady. And he was also chanting Nrsimha prayers. That haunted person, he or she was leading Nrsimha prayers also. So how do we understand that by chanting the name of Vishnu, they will just run away? Because they also are interested in such kind of things.
Well, Prabhupada gave that example of this one haunted house. He said nobody wanted to take it. He took it, and that he had Harinam Sankirtan there, and all the ghosts went away. So by chanting the holy name of the Lord, all auspiciousness comes. You know, we may not understand exactly how it's affected, but whether you're a little child, a young man, young woman, old, middle-aged, it's always good to chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. See, that's a good class when you could chant the holy name with everyone many times. Lots of words, just chant the holy name. Thank you for all your good questions. Now they're going to chant some more Hare Krishna. We can all join together. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna.
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama